Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Lee?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch Brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Lee.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another Mukbang with Aim and Lee. We are the Munch Punch UK. Lee, tell them what we have on the menu on this bloody cold day.
We have
Barbecue.
sweet and sticky barbecue chicken, salad. I've got wedges and corn on the cob. You have savoury rice.
Yeah,
salad,
and this is like one of them Maggie bag things.
which went completely wrong.
Yeah.
So if you're not from the UK, a Maggie bag basically is a bag that comes with in like a little package. You get the seasoning, you add the seasoning to the chicken, stick it in the oven for an hour. It cooks through. Lovely jubbly. I was marinating in the bag. The bag split. We had to fry it off. Same seasoning, still the same flavours, just not done in a bag.
It's actually really nice. They've got loads of different flavours of their Maggie bags.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm so cold today, guys. It is freezing.
She's that cold. She asked me to open the window 20 minutes ago. So I did a house
yeah, I'm weird like that.
Anyways, how are we all? I don't know what day this is going out due to the fact that we're in a bit of a busy week mode. So it'll go out when it goes out. Before the end of the week, we're recording this on like Tuesday. So probably in a day or two you'll get this.
That chicken's really nice.
I know, I tasted it whilst I was cooking it. I'm not normally one for taste testing, as you know.
Yeah, he always brings it me.
If there's meat, and I'm not sure if it's cooked, I will eat any meat. So I say, taste test this.
I know the consistency, what a meat should be. What's your verdict?
It's tasty. I did add some more barbecue sauce to it just on the side. It's gone well.
It's really nice. So, today, we've done another mukbang, didn't we, this morning? And not a heavy one, just a light one. And Lee was telling some really funny stories on there. I take it that one will be out before this one.
Oh yeah, that one's going out before this.
It's a tomato soup one, so that will be up on our channel now. And grilled cheese, some hilarious stories on there, so go and check that out if you haven't already seen it.
Yeah, what the hell are you waiting for?
You haven't said that for the longest.
What the hell are you waiting for?
So, yeah. Didn't he? Do you remember you lot from... what the hell are you waiting for?
What the hell are you waiting for? Go and check it out.
It was really funny.
So currently, anyway, whilst I was sorting food out, I was watching an old documentary. I walked in and said, I watched it.
Yeah.
Super Size Me. If you've never seen it, you need to check it out, guys. It's about McDonald's. And what does he do? He eats it for a month or a year?
He eats McDonald's every day for 30 days.
30 days.
And it has to be breakfast, lunch and dinner. And if they offer to supersize it, he has to say yes.
You won't get that bloody offer in the UK, cross.
No, and it's basically, he does like this nutritional testing where he sees how his body changes and how he is after the 30 days of eating McDonald's. And there was these two girls, there was teenage girls and their family sued them because there was like over £300 each or something like that.
Isn't that bloody stupid? You hear like these stories of, it's your fault I'm fat. And like they'll blame companies or their friends or their partners.
Families did it, yeah.
I mean, how redonkulous it's not their family, is it? Like funding their habit when they were younger or introducing the kids to the McDonald's.
These girls were like 14 years of age, and I was like, well, and he ate it that like he was so sick because in America their sizing is like way bigger than what we have here.
It makes him really ill, doesn't it?
He couldn't eat it all.
Well, that brings us to the question now, because he's watching. I thought, oh, that's a good topic. Today is just going to be TV themed, because I've got 3 or 4 topics about TV, which we could have a chat about. What takeaway option, don't have to be a fast food place, it could be like Chinese, Indian, whatever. You have to eat it every day for a month. And it sounds exciting, because I like takeaways, I like that as much as the next person. But when we did one of these diets, and we'll talk about it in a minute, where you can only eat the same thing basically every day, every meal for so many days. And you think at the time it'd be easy. I'll tell you now. Bad. It wasn't that easy though, and you start dreading your meals. And I'm not saying McDonald's or KFC would be like as bad.
Not as the one we did, but it worked. And secondly, it wasn't that bad.
What would you do? What would be your choice of fast food or takeaway that you could eat for 30 days every day? Breakfast, bear in mind.
The thing is, the rules were you can have different things on the menu. The takeaway, my choice, wouldn't have a breakfast menu.
Well, that's why you'd have to think then, of something else.
I would have Chinese, probably, but it'd have to be McDonald's, I suppose.
I'll have KFC, Burger King, Five Guys.
I'm going to stick to Chinese. That's what I'm not interested in all that other, really. What about you?
Fair, it wouldn't be the first time you've had Chinese for breakfast time. Lots of people do that.
People eat pizza for breakfast.
Pizza is my go-to takeaway breakfast.
But yeah, you know, people are like, I can eat cold pizza. I can't do that.
Now, reheated pizza the next day, the 1 week anyway, is bloody lovely. So in terms of the breakfast menu...
You haven't got to worry about that because it isn't an option. So, like, my people who like fish and chips and stuff, so whatever you think...
What you could eat for 30 days, though, I'd be looking at McDonald's or Subway, because they used to do some really nice breakfast Subway sandwiches.
And you've got favourite chicken as well.
Yeah, but that's a lot of breakfast. It's a lot of bread to eat a day, isn't it? Breakfast, lunch and dinner, a Subway roll. I couldn't probably do that. It messed me up pretty bad.
But then again, though, you know, like Subway salad, that is my favourite.
Oh yeah, I guess you could mix it up with... Well, that'd be cheap now, wouldn't it, really? If you just had that salad 3 times a day.
I'd love that.
I guess McDonald's. Because I like some of their breakfast. I don't like the muffins. I like the pancakes.
Yeah. I guess in respect of different meals, you could go for McDonald's. So, for breakfast, I'd have a double sausage McMuffin.
Yeah.
Hash brown and a Fanta or something.
Not going to try.
See, this is where it becomes complicated.
But no, because you get like 3 meals a day, but you don't have to have supper. So, you could have like... Whereas when we do our mukbangs, our McDonald's ones, we're like, right, let's get a burger and nuggets to share. You could just have one or the other for lunch, knowing that later on you'd have the other.
Psychologically, wouldn't it feel wrong not to have something slightly healthy during the day? So, like, I've never really had a salad from McDonald's. I only really had them from...
You can get like a bag of grapes and stuff, I think, for the kids.
No, you can have salad.
Alright.
I don't eat lunch, so... Probably like a double cheeseburger or something like that. Or... what do they call them? McChicken sandwich, but like the plain ones. Chicken mayo.
And then what for dinner?
Oh, Big Mac.
Okay, so my one would be breakfast. I'd probably have the pancakes. I can eat the muffins when I'm pissed. I did one time when I was hungover, I had one. But I'm not a massive fan. And then... So the American style pancakes with the syrup and the butter.
Well, I like the way you say syrup.
With the syrup.
It's syrup, but we're
These are not posh, am
No,
I?
you're like American. You know the syrup?
I'm not going to be something I'm not like. It's syrup. No, that's just what I talk. Syrup. I didn't actually mean to sound American if you did. So syrup, butter and pancakes. Then for lunch, I would go with... I think nuggets are more lunch food rather than dinner food. A burger fills you up more. So for lunch, I'd go for 20 chicken nuggets, 2 large fries and a Coke. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I would. I'd definitely.
I know it's telling the truth about the 20 nuggets.
Yeah, and the 2 large fries, because by lunch you're going to be hungry if you're only eating a few pancakes.
You've only ever done large and medium fries together. Never too large.
Yeah, but it's got to last me all day. I can't snack in the afternoon on chocolate or anything. Or an apple.
At lunchtime now, you wouldn't eat that. Well, I said to you, I've done your 22 nuggets there and I've got your 2 large fries. You wouldn't...
Alright, you have to spoil it. 1 large fries and 20 chicken nuggets. And then for dinner, I'd get a plain Big Mac, 9 chicken nuggets and a large fries. And I might even throw in a bag of apple slices to level it out a bit.
You have an Oreo McFlurry or something like that.
I don't like McFlurries really. I don't like mine the Smarties one. I guess the Oreo one's alright. I've had it once, I think.
I didn't mean Oreo, I just meant a McFlurry.
Yeah, I guess so. You like the Sundays, didn't you, back in the day when they used to do them? But what about you? Like, what would you have as your go-to takeaway? You had to have it all day for 30 days.
I think you'd be absolutely sick to death of it.
I reckon you would, because he was on there. I forget his name. Something Spurlock he's called. The bloke who does it. Travis Spurlock or something or other. Who did that documentary about McDonald's. And when I was watching him ago, I heard a clip. And he says, I just feel so depressed. Just randomly out of nowhere, I feel depressed. And it probably does that to you, eating that much crap in, like, for day after day after day.
Because with so much sugar, they used to use that. Someone on the live said the other day about fructose. But they used to use that in the McDonald's over there. Maybe they still do. Fructose is like a sugar that you shouldn't really. But anyway, he said my actual depression's got really bad. But you know that yourself, if you're eating healthy, you feel better, don't you, psychologically, I think. It gives you gratification for, say, half an hour, and you're like, oh yeah, get a takeaway tonight. But then, everybody moans that they're still hungry after Mackey's.
It's strange, Ron, because when I diet, which I try and do once a year for at least a week, and when we do it, it's going well. I don't even think about bad food. Like, I might be tempted, but no, I'm enjoying the diet. I want to eat fruit and salad and healthy food all day. And I'll do it, and we'll get into the rhythm of it. Then it gets to the weekend, and you're like, oh, God. You get the shakes. You know, chocolate crisps, beer, chocolate crisps. And it's very difficult at that point. Especially when you share a house with people who might not be dieting, i.e. Aim's mum, who eats cakes like they're going out of business. It's like she's married to Mr. Kipling sometimes. So
yeah, but my mum's so small.
Yeah, don't make it easier when you're on a diet. So no, you sneak a cake or 5.
I love this sort of food, you know.
Nice.
However, weekends are our downfall, for sure.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
If you didn't choose McDonald's, what would your second choice be?
Five Guys.
That could be very expensive.
For the breakfast, I obviously wouldn't know what to do, but for the amount of fries you get, Christ. Then again, they do charge £5 like for a small fries or something silly. And then when I see them, we first went there in Birmingham, I was like, oh, we'll go here, I've heard it's really nice. I was like, okay, let's give it a go. Walked up to the menu. Like, how much, Aim? £8 for one burger? £5 for a small fries or something silly like that.
It's so good.
But then all you need is like one small fries, maybe a medium fries. You don't need too large.
You share.
We'd share the fries because you get so bloody many of them. They're not tight with them.
What about pizza?
I could do that for like breakfast and dinner. I can't do it for lunch as well. But we did the diet, like I was saying, where we've told you before. We had a potato diet, and it was like every day, just boiled potatoes.
It does work.
It works.
A hell of a lot.
We was losing a few pounds really quickly.
Not a lot fast, but it's a fad thing.
But I cheated a bit because yeah, you're not. They say no salt at all. I was like, I cannot do this without salt.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do without salt.
So I put a bit of salt on, and just potatoes, nothing else. We got about 4 days in, then we got some bad news about a family member, and we had to just knock it on the head to go. And couldn't really take a bag of potatoes on the train. But
in 4 days, I think we lost about £6 each, something like that. It was really good, but you got to be very strict if your plan is to do that, haven't you?
But imagine that, because this bloke obviously had the money to do this. He was probably funded by someone to do this documentary. Imagine trying it yourself. At the end of the month, you look at your bank statement. You got like £30 a day at McDonald's. Because that's what it come to. I reckon 20 to 30 quid a day. That is a lot of money. You can average about 300 quid over the month on McDonald's. It's a bit steep.
This guy went out on the street and he was asking people all about it. And people were saying, oh yeah, you know, like I eat every day, or I eat 3 times a week, and then I go to like Taco Bell and I eat that. And some people, like, they hate cooking. And I can understand it, because since my mum moved in, it's really kind of annoying trying to think of different things to do, isn't it? You know, like, it becomes monotonous. Oh, we'll have that day. And
well, we're not rich, but I've read recently from a couple of rich people how the other half live. I haven't spoken to them personally, but like Jeremy Clarkson, I read one of his book about his farm, and somewhere in there, I'm sure it was him who mentioned, or it was a footballer, one of the other. I read one of the books, and they said, oh, during lockdown, we couldn't go out for meals, so we actually had to start cooking our own food. I was like, what the hell? That is how the other half lived, though. Like, Every day he was go out for. Oh, that was it. He was on like going out for. He was on like a nice lunch. He said, "There's nothing better than a lunch and a bottle of wine or two, like a business lunch." And basically, it's where all these rich people get together. And they start at 1 o'clock. They'll have like 3 bottles of wine, and sit down from like 1 till 4, and have this nice food. I've never done it in my life. I'll go out for lunch. I've done it in half an hour, maybe a pint, and then you have whatever you have and go on your way. But he says no. Every day we'd go out. I used to go out for food without fail if I weren't working, and different restaurants every day, ain't it?
I think, to be honest with you, like, if you've got that kind of lifestyle, that's what you're meant to do, though, isn't it? Like meetings and. I'd
struggle with it. I've got to be honest.
I think that's a bit much so, like, oh, we have to start cooking our own food.
Yeah, there's like, but yeah.
Some people have, like, chefs in the house, though. You know me? I'd want to buy in the best ingredients and, like, invent things myself and...
Yeah, if you work, like, as many hours as some of these rich people do have to, then I guess it's finding the time to cook, ain't it, when you get back?
I do also think that if you've got, like, a love for cooking, that's different. My mum hated it, even though she cooked every day. Like your mum, we had that childhood where our parents did that type of thing. However, my mum hated cooking. And I don't think you particularly love it.
I love nothing more than getting out a couple of onions, a bit of chicken, a knife and fork, and getting started. I am like Jamie Oliver's, like, I'm the one who taught him everything he knows. He's one who I reckon hates cooking now. But you watch him on the telly, he just looks angry all the time. I really think when he's at home, he just says, "Look, what's his name? His missus, I'm sure you know."
Jenny.
Jenny! Look, Jenny, I ain't cooking today. I've been cooking all week on TV.
I know Gordon Ramsay's a bit of an angry...
Oh yeah, but I'm sure he actually likes it though, not to show off. But Jenny was like, just grab a frozen pizza out of the freezer. We're not cooking today, or next week, or the week after. Frozen pizzas all round.
There's only one problem you've got there. Jamie Oliver is southern. He's not from Yorkshire or Lancashire.
I don't care. It's where I say he's from when I do his voice. I can't really help it. I can't do a southern accent.
Yeah, that is a little bit much having a whinge because he can't go to nice restaurants.
Well, he just said, like, because he has his farm, so he started using his own ingredients and whatnot. But then he had, like, what did he have now? Some pigs. He got some pigs with the idea of using the meat. But he fell in love with his pigs. All his other animals, he was happy to sort of send them off for the abattoir or whatever. And he'd use the meat. But the pigs, he couldn't bring himself to do it. Jeremy Clarkson couldn't. So he kept this, I think he had 2 pigs. He's kept them. He named them and everything like that. But originally, they was meant to have like bacon and all the other stuff you get from it. Pork. Obviously pork joints. He said, but at the end, just kept them. But moving on from that conversation.
That's the thing, though, you can get really personal with animals. I'd have to have a dairy farm if I was going to do it. Because there's no way I couldn't do it. And I love meat. I love eating meat. I could never give it up. However, you'd get too familiar.
Yeah.
What was you going to move on to?
Oh, well.
You're trying to think of something else to say?
No, God. Hello, conversation stuff. If you haven't already, I've been started watching it today. Aim's mum told me to. Well, I told her about it before it started, and then she watched it, and I didn't bother. And then she said, "You got to watch it." I was like, "Okay." And then I heard from someone else today how great the show was. So I thought, right, I'll give it a go.
Who?
This bloke called Stan Blade. You'll know who he is if you're on TikTok. Stan Blade is a funny bloke. And he recommended this program. It's called The Teacher. It's amazing. If you ain't seen it, you're missing out. Sheridan Smith plays a pissed up teacher. Apparently gets it on with one of his students, and all shit goes out the window. Everything goes crazy. I'm on the 3rd episode. It's really good. You're missing out, huh?
There's another one starts tonight with Erin.
She's been a busy old bird, her has, since last year, I swear down. She's everything at the minute.
You say that about that Leslie Sharp?
Yeah, but Sheridan Smith is literally... It's like, I've had a year off with COVID, couldn't work. I know, I'll do every job going there, every role.
Is that second series of The Farm coming back?
Yeah, he's doing another one, I think.
I bloody love that. talking about Jeremy Clarkson, he did a series on Netflix called The Farm or something.
Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah, it was just so good. That was on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's so good.
But the stuff that they don't include in the series, I've read his book, like, and he said one of the things that happened was some, this Duke of Edinburgh award, whatever they call it. Some kids are out with like a tutor thing, and the teacher had sort of buggered off and left them. And his farm's that bloody big. He was wandering across his farm one day in his tractor and come across a group of kids. He was like, oh, what the hell's going on here? And there was a young girl there, like 16, 17. He said, just a pulled up, she's wandering off to the bush with a toilet roll in her hand. He's like, what the hell are you doing? It's my farm. And it's like, oh, well, our teacher just told us to use our own initiative and just to have a wander around and take notes and whatever. He's like, right, okay. He said, how about you don't die in my bush and I'll take you down to the farm and you can use the public toilet down there.
Yeah.
So, but the thing was, because it was COVID rules, you had to keep 6 foot apart or 2 metres apart. Well, there's not, in between where he sits in the tractor and the back of the tractor where they ought to sit, they weren't going to be 2 metres. So he was trying to figure out how to do it, and then the teacher turned up, and then I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, I was waiting for the bloody ending then, Lee, and you just didn't.
Well, it was really good. It's a funny book.
Yeah, I bought Lee that. It's Diddley Squat Farm, it's called.
Yeah. It's a really good book. If you, because we finished watching this recently, Downton Abbey. Oh, so good. I'm a bloke, I don't mind saying I like Downton Abbey. A lot of blokes would mind that. That shows my feminine side.
That is just not true.
It is, then, because if you're a bloke out there now, like a big hard bloke, would you admit in front of your mates, yeah, I watched Downton Abbey with Mrs. on Sunday night, loved it?
I think you'll find that they do. You've got things like this wrong in the past, Lee, and people have said, what are you talking
I'm
about?
not putting money on it, Aim, or a house on it. I'm saying I bet there's a few blokes who wouldn't. Anyway, I'm happy to say I like it, I enjoyed it. But Aim, what would you want to be in the house? Would you want to be one of the family, like snot if you was back then? Or would you want to be like one of the people below house?
I'd want to be one up top.
You want to be a rich bitch?
But not arrogantly. I'd want to do things for the community. Like...
You'd be like, what's her name? The one who died?
Sybil.
Yeah, she's a really nice one in the first series. He gets with Tom and dies.
Well, I've just put a spoiler alert on that.
Don't worry, everyone dies in the end. Don't worry about it.
No, but I would... I've always said if I won the lottery, the first thing I'd do...
Buy Downton Abbey.
The first thing I'd do was buy an animal rescue centre. For dogs, mainly. Well, for anything, but... I've got no experience in looking after, like, llamas or...
Don't lie, you had a few in your back garden when I met you.
Yeah.
Now, I would want to work downstairs if I was in the Downton Abbey days back then, because I think my personality... Oh, cross, food stuff. I don't think my personality is suited to being rich.
Oh, mine does.
Oh, yours is. You'd love it. Oh, yeah, we're going out for dinner today and then supper this evening. Now, that whole, right, you need to get changed before you come down for food. Then you need to get changed again for your drinks after food. Then you need to get drinks again before you have your dessert. I can't be arsed with that. I'd be like, I just want to sit down in my pyjamas, especially if I'm Lord Grantham, like the owner of the whole thing. Just sit down in my pyjamas and eat my breakfast. I don't want to get changed before I even leave the bedroom.
Yeah, they do. Even though they're in the house, they have to put on a full dinner outfit. Ball gowns, suits, the lot.
And then, like, if there's somebody downstairs who you really liked, so you got on with, like a mate, like one of the butlers or whatever, and you just wanted to sit around talking about the football or whatever with them, or what they've been up to on the weekend, you can't. You're not even allowed downstairs, even though you own the house. If you go down there, there's all bloody controversy.
No, you can go down.
You can, but it's frowned upon. You're like, oh my God, look, Lord Grantham's come down to see us.
Yeah, must say hello and that.
But Grantham just wants to know about the football scores. And then everyone's like, oh my God, what do we do? So I'd rather work downstairs. And I think they're
doing what? What would you want to do?
I'd be a butler. Or I'd look after the grounds. I'd be a groundsman. I'd be good at that. I mean, there's a lot of grounds to look after mine, but I'd enjoy that part. And I'd just be there with all my mates, having a laugh and getting the free food off, what's the first? Mrs. Patmore and the other one.
Mrs. Hughes.
No, Mrs. Hughes is like the cleaner lady there.
Daisy.
Daisy. I say, all right, Daisy, get any free food going? She's a miserable cow, so she probably won't give me anything. But, I think it's really cool, Downton Abbey. I love the architecture. To think they built that when they did. And these days they can't even build a 2-bedroom house that looks half decent. That's amazing.
Now, I would definitely want to be at the top, but like I say, I'd want to do something really like helpful for the people in the town.
Oh, I know you'd be helpful, Anne.
I don't know what though.
Well, you could just hire lots of people to carry your shoes around. You'd be putting money into the
I don't
community
like
at
their
least.
shoes.
Well, you don't have shoes from these days back then, could you?
I'd probably do like charity days and you know dances and not like raves, but you know.
I'd be the one where I'd be like trying to, if you were like the rich bitch upstairs, I'd be like, oh, I wonder if she wants anything taken up after hours. Hey, Mrs. Grantham, or whatever her name is, do you want me to help you scrub your back?
And I'd be like, sod off, I'm calling security.
I'd be arrested just for suggesting something like that to you.
What would you have, if you could go back in time, what would you have liked to live through? So, you know, like...
Jack the Ripper.
No, honestly, there is no talking to you.
Jack the Ripper, because I would have tried to find out who he was and dealt with him.
So that's your real answer then, mate?
Boardwalk Empire.
I don't mean like that.
That time, that era, that was really good. I like that show.
I mean something significant, like when, like the time Elvis Presley was alive, or Walking on the Moon. Like a lot of people was like watching that.
It's funny you mentioned Elvis, though. I heard a story about him today. So he was famous, and this is a true story, for absolutely loving peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, but peanut butter and gherkins on them, or pickles.
I don't know about
the Elvis Presley sandwich. It's peanut butter and pickles together.
Well, he's famous, I like it anyway. So he was talking to like a music executive or something from like a big company, and it was like 3, 4 in the morning, and they was like, let's say they was in Vegas, and there was a restaurant or a shop that sold these sandwiches, but it was like the other part of America. You couldn't really get to it by plane. So he hired a private jet right there and then. He said, look, I want to prove to you just how good these sandwiches are, because they're having a debate between them.
I've got to just check that.
And like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, they flew a private jet to wherever it was in America just to try a sandwich. Now that is money. That's power, that is.
It's so unusual.
Just give me a peanut butter on its own any day of the week.
Let me just wait a minute.
Oof.
Wait a minute.
I am.
Here we go. Sorry. It's peanut butter, banana and bacon.
Well, either way, whatever it was, he flew him over to try this sandwich.
Sometimes it was the Elvis Presley sandwich. Peanut butter, bacon and banana. I mean...
Sounds a bit rough, that was.
I don't know how on earth. But then again now, my
can
mum was
always make
telling
it on here.
my mum was telling me about a cooking programme she watches on a Sunday in the UK called Sunday Brunch. Or it was this guy called James Martin or whatever. But there was this chef on there and he swore by sardines and baked beans mixed together on toast.
Yeah. Some people have some odd ideas. What's wrong with just baked beans on toast? Maybe a bit of cheese underneath.
And he was like, you've got to try it. And the house tried it and she was nearly sick.
Sometimes you don't need to mess with a good thing. And beans on toast is traditional and healthy for you.
You love beans on toast, don't you?
I do. I really do. I could eat beans on toast twice a day. I have done on numerous occasions. Breakfast and supper. But I don't eat a full tin, that's just greedy. I eat half a tin at a time.
What else would you have on toast, you?
Beans, spaghetti, scrambled egg, poached egg, sausage sandwich.
I don't mean like that. I mean...
I have tried paste on toast. I wasn't a massive fan of that. I think you give me like chicken.
You'd never have like just scrambled egg, would you?
I do. Well, I'm not very well, like my stomach's problem. What of the beans? I just have the egg.
Yeah, but you wouldn't choose that like tomorrow morning, say you'd have like just egg. Do
No,
you?
if I'm feeling rough, like I say, and I just need something easy on my stomach, then I'll have like scrambled egg on toast.
What would
But I
you
make good
choose?
eggs.
What is your favourite thing to have on toast? I like sardines.
Yeah, but you never have it, do you?
No, but I don't mind doing tomato sauce.
You're an odd one, though. I'm like you said the other day, you had Brussels sprouts on toast one time.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh God!
Like with ham.
You couldn't force a Brussels sprout down my throat. I'd bite your fingers off. Anyway, we've got to go.
This was really, really nice. It was
Tasty, weren't it?
what's it called in the sweet sticky barbecue Maggie bag?
Yeah, so on. Barbecue, yeah, exactly what you just said. But to fry ours, like I said, because the bag's split. I'll eat that in a minute, off camera.
Go on, shove it in.
I'll put it on OnlyFans.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And as you can see, we're getting back into our videos. If you haven't seen the one before or a few, they're all on our channel now. And yeah, hope you're enjoying it. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.